Hello and welcome to the No One Asked You podcast. This series I am once again joined by my wonderful co-host, That Darn Kitty.
Dorkus and I are sharing our experience reading The Way of Kings for the first time. Each episode we will summarize what we've read and discuss the experience along the way.
This is Storming the Archives, The Way of Kings, and today we discuss Chapter 61.
Chapter 61.
Chapter 61, Right for Wrong. Hours after the vision, Navani wonders if the man in the vision was indeed Noadon. Dalinar is confident that he was. Dalinar believes he saw the aftermath of a desolation. Navani indicates her intention to tell others of their discovery, but Dalinar does not want to spread word of his visions. There are still too many questions about them that need answering. Navani argues their revelation will vindicate him and improve his reputation. Renarin argues seeing the past is not the same as prophecy. Navani asks about the boon and curse he received when he sought the old magic. Dalinar refuses to share either, but he is confident these visions are not related. He looks to Renarin to see what his son makes of this shameful secret, but Renarin merely appears thoughtful. They wonder who the Knights Radiant were and what the Desolations were. The only bit of folklore Navani can think of is one in which someone named Parasafi climbs to the peaks of Dara after a desolation destroys her people. It is the origin myth of the Makabaki. The three wonder about the reputation of the Knights Radiant. Dalinar has a lot to think about and wishes to be left alone. Navani is surprised that Dalinar was not pleased to learn the visions are real. She believes they are a blessing. Dalinar sees only danger. Navani asks if Dalinar was truthful when he implicitly implied that he trusted her over his own clerks. Navani once again seeks to be alone with Dalinar. When Dalinar mentions Gavilar, she gets upset. She is considered a relic at court. It has been 6 years since Gavilar died, and she and Dalinar were friends before she met Gavilar. The display of emotion and honesty moves Dalinar. He kisses her. Navani states that the king of Yakaved was assassinated by a Shin Shardbearer in white, that Yasna believes something dangerous is near, and that the Storm Wardens claim the high storms grow more powerful. She's afraid. The two decide to find a way to make a relationship work. Tradition is not the same as doctrine. Navani leaves. Dalinar feels as if the world had, in a small way, become more right for having just gone wrong. Before we get into the chapter, we have some artwork. I believe it is Adelin's hand and the Fabrial, the pain-dulling Fabrial. Seems neat.
It's got all different patterns on the right-hand side, like 3 glowing, each of them have like 3 glowing dots, and then there's different ones in the configuration that are glowing at different stages.
Yeah, now are those spheres?
So, yeah, I'm expecting them to be. I don't know.
And then we've got what I assume are letters, the wavy line things. I assume are notes written by Navani.
Yeah, and thanks, no English.
Precisely. Then we get a death rattle. In the storm I awaken, falling, spinning, grieving. Dated Kakanav, 1173, 13 seconds pre-death. Subject was a city guardsman. So it could mean a spiritual awakening in a storm of turmoil and stress and all that kind of stuff. Or it could mean Kaladin in the storm waking up during the Everstorm, having lost a bunch of people type situation. I don't literally mean Kaladin, I just mean, whoever the subject is.
Imagine this, whoever's giving us these glimpses. That's what they are. And that's what they're experiencing. Could be.
Right. Don't have too much else to say on this one, though.
Yeah, we have reference later to death rattles.
Yes.
By Navani. Yeah.
Finally. But speaking of that, surprisingly, this does not go back to a Kaladin chapter. We're sticking with Dalinar.
Yes, I had to double check because I was like, am I doing what I did with the with Mistborn, the Mistborn things? But no, I'm not.
Yeah, you did not.
No, I didn't.
But We are hours after the high storm, the vision, and they're still contemplating it.
Mm-hmm.
Dalinar is confident it was Noadon that he saw, and the topic of the desolations come up. Dalinar believes he saw the aftermath of one, and he's asking Navani if she knows anything about the desolations. What do they know?
Yeah, I'm getting annoyed with her going, "Oh, the right person to ask is Yasna." Like, I know this, but she's not here. So give us something, okay?
Yeah.
Like and yeah, I think she knows she can give us quite a lot of stuff. But this pushing off, oh well, Yasna. And then she does give us little bits of explanation. I understand that, but yeah, I'm getting tired of the ask Yasna thing because it's like, well, she's not here though. Okay, we would just, you can put it as a caveat. We need to confirm with Yasna. Yasna will know better than I on this, but there's
But
this
what do you know?
understanding. Yeah, what do you know? This is very nice. I understand, but please, we're quite desperate here.
Yeah, as you said, caveat heard. Now, what do you
Mm,
know?
yeah.
What they know of the desolations is very scarce, I guess, because it has been so long since anyone cared about them. And Navani kinda, to use the phrase let slip, isn't quite right, because she isn't exactly trying to hide it. I think she
Mm,
figured it to be a matter of course, but she states basically her intention to talk to other people about what they've discovered. And Dalinar
mm.
does not want to tell people about his visions, at least not yet.
Yeah, it's like we don't know enough about them, and people are already skeptical or worried about them because they know it happens. And then Navani takes that as, yeah, they know it happens, but we could give them a better explanation now. And I don't know, people would just find that a bit more insane.
Yeah, and Dalinar is right to be suspicious, and the things that he considers are all entirely valid. He's worried that someone
Hmm.
is trying to mislead him or manipulate him in some way, and I think that's all an entirely reasonable thought.
Yeah, that's possible.
They think about the Knights Radiant. I guess that there are more stories about how they were bad than they were good now. So Dalinar wonders if this is trying to trick him about the Radiants.
Yeah, that's it's all possible.
Navani thinks that telling everyone will vindicate him, as we've spoken of, and Renarin has a good line here because Dalinar invokes prophecy, sort of,
Hmm.
and Renarin says, "You see the past, father. That is not forbidden." And I thought that was a good distinction, but I don't think
Hmm.
that'll matter much to those who do care.
Yeah, when it comes to people being superstitious and reluctant, seeing the past is a technicality that they won't consider. They're like,
Yeah,
no, no, it's still, you're not supposed to see. You're supposed to only see the present. That's it.
yeah. And it's at that point that Navani brings up the old magic.
Hmm.
Dalinar refuses to say what his boon or his curse were.
Hmm. Which is equally frustrating because it's like we do need to know this. We do need to see if this could be some riddle thing, like this is actually the boon he was supposed to get, and something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm not yet convinced it has nothing to do with it. We get a reminder that yeah, he erased his wife, or his wife's memory was erased, but I don't think that was what he was looking for.
Yeah.
So that was the curse, I suppose. But yeah, it's, oh, it happened long ago. Fine, he dismisses it. I don't think that that's wise. I think it's better to speak about it. Maybe, yeah, okay, maybe he doesn't want Renarin to know, but yeah, do talk about it, please.
I think it's fair to bring it up as an option, but I am inclined to agree with Dalinar that it's not entirely likely.
Mm,
I mean, there could be some sort of connection, but I I think it's more likely that it's the Ardentia or someone within the Ardentia manipulating him than the old magic. So there were a couple of paragraphs that I think I did a dumb on my first read through, which was Navani says, in reference to the old magic, "It might be important. It was long ago, long before the visions began. I don't think it's related. But it could be. Yes, he admitted. Would that day never stop haunting him? Was not losing all memory of his wife enough? What did Renarin think? Would he condemn his father for such an egregious sin? Dalinar forced himself to look up and meet his son's bespectacled eyes. Curiously, Renarin didn't seem bothered, just thoughtful. I read that, and I thought, wait, did I just miss Dalinar saying what his boon and his curse was? Because when he looked up at Renarin, I felt like that had indicated that he did just say what it was, and he was looking for Renarin's reaction, and it took me a little longer than I'm proud to say to realize that it was just about the revelation that he had sought the old magic. But I kind of already thought Renarin knew that from the
Yeah,
previous part of the conversation, suggesting that they had known before this evening. So that was a little bit of dumb on my part, I think.
he's yeah, he could still be looking for the reaction. Not that it's a revelation, but just a reaction to mentioning it.
Hmm.
That's still something you would do.
Yeah, that's fair. Navani kind of brushes away the shame, saying that other Light Eyes do it, and then they do a penance, and it's usually pretty good. And Dalinar's penance was for spheres for the poor and to commission a series of prayers.
Or better.
Yeah. And then we get Renarin saying that he has recently asked for a number of readings about the old magic. Renarin agrees with Dalinar that it probably isn't. But my big question there is, why is Renarin looking into the old magic? I wondered if it's because of his father's issues, and then I wondered if it's because Renarin has something that he wants.
Yeah, I would probably expect that that could be something he wants to go and see if he can become more physically able or something.
That was a thought.
Or he's just a scholar.
Or that. Again, they wonder about what the desolations were, and we get the story of Parasafi. Parasafi searched out the seed stones. Apparently, her people were wiped out after a desolation, so she climbed to the peak of a mountain and to find stones touched by the heralds themselves, and thus a new nation was born. And this is the origin of the Makabaki.
Which is Rock's nation, right?
No. Rock is definitely from the mountainous terrain, but I thought that this was Sigzil's people or close or thereabout. Horneater Peaks, I think, is where he's from.
Mm. Well, I just thought of Rock that way because people of the rock, people of the mountain, that whole thing.
Right. I'm looking at the map.
And also just because of the way it sounds.
Yeah. It's fine. We don't need to. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we don't need to know.
Navani thinks the desolations were wars. The Voidbringers came again and again, trying to force mankind off Roshar and into damnation. Again, these are all a bunch of logical questions to be asking after the end of last chapter, which I'm fine
Yeah.
going through this process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much here that we didn't already suspect, at least.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't any, oh my god, revelations here throughout this conversation.
No.
The bulk of what we get is it was all so long ago, so much is shrouded in mystery.
And ask Yasna.
And ask Yasna, yeah. Navani is surprised that Dalinar is not pleased to know that he isn't insane. And Dalinar affirms, like, I don't know if I'm being manipulated or not. That kind of sucks. But Navani thinks they're a blessing.
Yeah, it's not actually confirmed now. It's like we just have more questions. But yeah, I guess you could see it the way Navani does, where it's like, yeah, but they're
He's
a blessing.
chosen.
We know. Yeah, and also she gets the translation. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So she's very happy about it. Like, how can they be bad things if they're helping us learn about the past?
Yep. Dalinar chastises himself for not trusting Navani when she has only ever shown him honor. And at this point, I feel like I knew where the rest of this chapter would go. They are finally going to.
Oh, I didn't know at all.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have like this thing that, okay, now it's going to happen. It was more like, oh, let's see what happens now when they're alone. That's all it was. Like, I wasn't like, oh, this is going to be a conclusion or a big step.
Interesting.
Mm.
Navani chastises Dalinar for not bringing up any Fabrials that he's seen in his visions. And Dalinar asserts that they didn't have Fabrials. And again, that serves to highlight to me this strangeness, the uniqueness of the shard blade and shard plates. And I wonder if the Everstorms tend to come when humanity progresses too far. Like maybe it's not an every 1,000 years kind of thing. It's like whenever technology advances too much type of a thing.
Yeah, that's a possibility. That makes sense.
Trying to keep the people of Roshar in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
But again, Dalinar is continuing to be very angsty, and Navani basically says, hey, so you implied you didn't trust your clerks, but you trusted me. Is that true? And she touches him on his arm, and Dalinar's willpower is dwindling.
But then what really makes the willpower break?
Was her overwhelming honesty?
Yeah, it's her. Yeah, the fact that she actually started saying that she's a relic, and she's
Mm-hmm.
you know, she becomes vulnerable to him.
Yeah. So she basically didn't fit in at court anymore because she's old and widowed and so on. And she's been yearning for Dalinar for many years now, but she stayed away as long as she could until she felt compelled that she had to be with him. And she has some things to say about Gavilar this chapter, and I really don't know. I feel like her net likability points for me have dropped, but I'm not quite sure how to articulate why, other than to say that at the end of the day, she chose Gavilar. And, I'm not saying make a saint of the dead, but she had also said in a previous chapter, I chose Gavilar because your danger, your intensity scared me, Dalinar. And I'm back to feeling about her the way I did then, which, while not extremely negative, wasn't particularly positive either. What do you think?
Is it so? This is because it seems like her character is to choose according to, oh well, this one's going to be king, so I suppose I should be with him. Yeah, he's easier to manipulate, so I should choose him. So she didn't actually marry for love, and that's something that makes her unlikable. At least when she was younger.
It's a part of it.
Mm, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, if it's a part of it in that, what she
For me, for why I'm
are you?
finding her unlikable again on this matter.
Hmm.
And it's like Gavilar did pass away, so I have no problem with her getting with Dalinar
Hmm.
if she wants. It's more like I don't like this feeling of she's getting with Dalinar because it's convenient now for her, now that Gavilar's gone, kind of a thing.
Hmm.
And I guess apparently Gavilar wasn't the best husband, which I don't know Gavilar well enough to say if that's probably true or not. I'm inclined to say that's probably true. I guess I would lean more
Hmm.
toward she's being honest about it than not.
Hmm.
So it seems to me she made the poor choice when she made her choice way back when.
Yeah, but now in later life, now she has the opportunity to make it right and to enjoy, and she also is scared of what's coming. So it's kind of like, while I'm alive, let me,
And she wants companionship.
yeah, while I'm alive, let me do what I always wished I could.
Yeah. And
Mm.
she says, the storm wardens say the storms are growing stronger. Yasna scares me. She's the smartest but most intense person I've ever met, and what she's looking into is very scary. And
Mhm.
what was the other one? Oh, yeah,
That
the death
people are saying
rattlings.
things when they die. Yeah.
Yeah, and surgeons are starting to take note.
Yeah, so we have more confirmation that this is not a normal thing, but now people are realizing maybe these samples that started being taken were actually the samples we're actually looking at are only starting to be taken around now. But then
Mm,
again, the audience might have known that this was coming in some way and they were already taking these records. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. And it's noteworthy that Dalinar, I don't I don't know what he's told Adolin and Renarin, but he doesn't say to Navani that he has heard the voice say that the Everstorm comes. So I don't know if he's keeping that to himself or not. I think he is, though.
Mm. Yeah, I think she would have mentioned it.
Yeah. Anyway, during Navani's outburst of authenticity, Dalinar kisses her.
He initiated it. Ha
Passion Spren show up.
Yeah, that's a thing, guys. Well, that's interesting. That's very beautiful.
Yep. And Dalinar's feeling as if he's betraying Gavilar. But, oh yes, the other thing Navani shares is that the king of Yakaved was assassinated by a Shin shardbearer in white.
By the way, yeah,
She just heard yesterday.
yeah. So the news has found them, has gotten to them now.
Yeah. So they ultimately decide that even though they will be denounced, even though what they're doing is very much against tradition, Navani says it's not against doctrine, and they can handle whatever comes as long as they're together. Generic romantic
Yeah,
platitudes.
I feel like Navani made that decision for both of them, and he just went along with it. It's not
Little
like
bit,
they
yeah.
discussed it.
Mhm.
It was more like she gave him an explanation. She said, "Nah, actually, it's not going to be as bad as you think. Therefore, that's it. We're together." And then he's actually quite content.
Yeah. But they're together now. Cute couple. Dalini, Navananar.
Navananar. I love Navananar.
Excellent.
Yes.
But he does ask to be left alone to his thoughts now after all of the revelations and exhaustion from the vision. And I really liked the final sentence in this chapter. And yet, in direct contrast with his thoughts, he felt as if the entire world had somehow become more right for having gone wrong. Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. That's like this a good moment for him. So everything went wrong, but it did lead to this. So hey, good moment.
Yep.
Yay, Navananar.
Yay, Navananar. Good chapter.
Good chapter.
Yeah, not too much happened. They got together, and then we got some important information regarding
Hmm.
world events and the looming Everstorm. Are my big
Yeah.
takeaways here.
Yeah. That's it.
Anything else to say, Kitty?
Like the video.
If you like. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Subscribe to that Don Kita if you get a chance, because she's got a great channel. And we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
Get Bye.